Well, good morning again.
Good morning.
Now we're all settled and grounded. It takes us a while, doesn't it? All that music and all that, listening to all those wonderful ideas and opportunities that we've got going on here, and then experiencing that treatment through that prayer. Thank you so much. Check my time. I've got about 20 minutes, so here we go. This is week 3. Is it week 3? It's actually the 4th week of the month, the 4th Sunday of the month. And we're covering the 3rd chapter in the Science of Mind textbook. And the title is What It Does. And so I thought what I would do is to recap the other 2 chapters. Now, this book, I have a copy of it here because I think this is my 4th copy of this book, and it's starting to get a little raggedy. This is the Science of Mind, and this is the book that these teachings kind of sprung forth out of. It's a book by Dr. Ernest Holmes. And what I love about Dr. Ernest Holmes is that he said to always remain open at the top. So this book wasn't intended to be the end of the lesson, so to speak. This is the beginning, or at least his beginning of sharing his thoughts about why life is the way it is, who we are as individuals, what God is, and what to do about that all. And so in the preamble to this book is a 4-part introduction. The thing itself, and then what Lyle talked about last week, which was, what did Lyle talk about last week? The way it works. Thank you. An Ernest Holmes follower there. So the thing itself, the way it works, and today what it does, and then next week, how to use it. So the thing itself, God is all there is what he says. And he goes on to say, call God maybe 20 different names. Divine intelligence, the absolute, infinite organizing intelligence, spirit, supreme, first cause. There's all kinds of odd names for it, the thing itself. But the essence of this chapter is oneness. That there's only one thing happening, and it's this thing called God. And that we are all a part of this. We are the microcosm of the macrocosm. What does that mean? God is the macrocosm and we are the microcosm. In old terms, in Bible language, I just lost my train of thought. It will come to me. Bible verses come and go from my mind. I'm not one that is a Bible scholar, so. So essentially, God is all there is. We are in the small what God is in the large. Now remember, we are made in its image and likeness. And so what does that mean? We are made in its image and likeness. We are creative beings. We are creative, and our word is creative. It says in the beginning of the sacred text, the Word was the beginning. And the Word was God. And the Word is God. So our words are our way of expressing that creative energy. So, the second chapter, which is the way it works, is what Lyle talked about last week. And he talked about the mind, the law. This is the aspect of the divine that is impersonal and impartial. It just responds to us. The law responds to all alike. Like the law of gravity, it responds to everyone. It's not impersonal. It is impersonal. It doesn't decide who's going to stay connected to the planet and who's going to fly off. We all get to benefit from this law. Well, that's how the mind is. It is responsive to each of us. So whatever we think into the law of mind becomes. We're all creative in that way. And everything that comes out of our mind and out of our mouth creates something in our life. So we live in a very creative, dynamic universe. And this is all spirit, this is all God expressing itself. So the third part is we talked about God, we talked about the mind or the law of the universe, and now today we're going to talk about what it does. It manifests. It makes something out of itself. So the awareness of our co-creative capacity, and our awareness that the law is always listening to us and responding to our thoughts, then causes something to happen, calling this the body, the manifest universe. So you've heard in many traditional traditions of the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Well, in science of mind or in metaphysics, we think of the Trinity as the body, the mind, and the spirit. So in that way, Ernest Holmes says we're triune in nature. We're three parts in one. We're that which has a body and a mind, but we're something else. We're something magical and we're something mysterious. We're spirit. We're spiritual beings having this human experience. And so the journey continues today with some thoughts about this. It's 11:11. It's always 11:11 when I look at the clock. It's interesting. So I came into this teaching, I think I was 28. I'm 55 in April.
Yeah, right.
So I've been doing this for almost 30 years. For 28 years I've been studying this material. And I remember when I first came through the doors, I'd actually been exposed to science of mind inadvertently through a book I had read by Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. And she too is a science of mind minister. And so, although I didn't know that when I was reading that book, when I went through the doors into my first service, I could hear Louise's words spoken through the minister and through the affirmations and through the general message. And I sat at the front row for many years before I took a class. And I started taking classes. Why? Because my life wasn't really working, and I wanted my life to work better. And so I could see there were people in the center that I went to that I could see were having more fun than me, having more success than me, and living a more easy life, and I wanted that because I didn't feel that I had that, and I didn't know how to get it. So I started taking classes, and I've sat in the front row of all the classes ever since. And even though I'm teaching those classes now, I still feel like I'm a student sitting in the very first row because I'm always learning and growing and embodying these teachings at a greater level. I've read this book all the way through several times, but I've delved into chapters of it over and over and over again, and I always find something different, something intriguing, and something that introduces me to a dimension of myself that I haven't experienced thus far. So that's another part of these teachings, under the awareness and the study of metaphysics that I really enjoy. It's always new and it's always fresh. Why? Because I'm always new. I'm always in a different place. So I'm always seeing with new eyes. And I love that expansive feeling I get with just knowing that I don't have to read something and memorize it and that's it. End of story. Now I'm enlightened. No. It's a book or a philosophy or a teaching that has supported me on my evolution, on my spiritual journey, on my awakening. And I don't think awakening is a destination. I think it is the journey. It is why we're here on earth, to understand more and more and more about how wonderful this world is and how wonderful we are as creators, and that when we really embody these teachings, we can truly become conscious co-creators of our experience, so that we can, like the songs that we're singing today say, we can serve in a very holy way. because we are all one. And we do need to love and care and nurture this one life, just like the cells of our bodies. If some of those cells go haywire with dis-ease, then it's not supporting the whole system, and we don't feel as strong, and we're not as able to bring forth our energy and our gifts. Well, this is how it is with us as one human family. If we can all love and support and nurture each other and create a loving, healthy environment for one another, then we all do better. So we all work together to create one big, healthy expression of God here on this planet. So I like to think of us as the way God shows up. I'm currently in this body, God showing up as Alice and Benjamin. This is what God looks like as Alice and Benjamin. This is what God looks like as Lori, as Pam, as everyone. We're each individualized manifestations of this one. Each of us equal, each of us worthy of love and support, each of us here to live our dreams, to dig deep within ourselves. This is what this teaching also guides you towards, is going within and really asking those questions that are the most profound questions ever. Who am I? What am I? And what am I going to do about that? And so if you're here for that, if you're here to get a greater understanding of who you are, why you are, and what you're going to do about that, I really encourage you to sign up for a class and get involved in working with other individuals, because you can read a book by yourself and you can gain a great amount of knowledge and awareness, but actually being in a group where you can actually dialogue and talk about it and argue and debate things, that's really where the juice comes, because you get to see from so many different perspectives. Bless you. So, the thing itself, the world we know, including ourselves and all mankind, is not separated from the original creative source, but ever remains in the one unitary essence as a particularized identity or aspect of it. Particularized. We're particularized. We're expressing in a very unique way. And you've heard me say many times, there's one life. This life is God's life. This life is perfect. And this life is my life now. And he suggests that we really remember this when we're feeling distracted, when we're feeling a sense of separation, when we're starting to get judgmental or critical or think it's us against them or someone's against you in some way, to remember, to remind yourself who you are. There's only one life. This life is God's life. This life is my life. This life is wonderful. And so you remind yourself through these affirmations and reminding yourself of your true identity and your connection with all that there is. The way it works. Mind creates what it thinks. Mind creates what it thinks. This is the law. And we call it the law of cause and effect. So have you noticed that? That everything is created twice? Things in your mind become actual things in your everyday experience? Yeah? Do you really know that? If you know that, you will be thinking thoughts about what you want, right? But how many times do we get, for some reason, it doesn't seem like a conscious reason, but we end up thinking about what we don't want? Anyone have that happen?
Never.
So we have to catch ourselves, because we are a creative being. Everything we think creates. Everything we think creates. So what it does, when the law of mind or cause and effect is used consciously, the individual maintains control of the body, physical body, happiness, circumstances, and environment, by the degree of feeling and faith behind the thought. For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, is the knowledge that Jesus spoke when he said, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." An honest home says, to learn how to think is to learn how to live. Man or woman, by thinking, can bring into his or her experience whatsoever he or she desires if they think correctly and become a living embodiment of their thoughts. So that's really the whole essence of this teaching. We have to become the living embodiment of what we want. So in this third chapter, it says that love leads and the law always follows. So what does that mean? So we're becoming aware that we're one with everything, that our thought is creative, our thought is the law of our life, what we think about comes about. So then what's ours to do? Ours to do is to remember that we are God, we are love, we are the divine. And what we think about, what we believe, and beliefs are just thoughts we think over and over again. What we believe in our heart comes about. So we have to look at what we're thinking about. Do we love what we're thinking about? Are we thinking about what we love? Or are we wasting our time thinking silly little thoughts, judgmental thoughts, thinking thoughts about ourselves that are belittling, thinking we're not worthy, limiting ourselves in some way, of not following our dreams and desires? If we can truly tune in, make it a discipline and a habit every day you wake up, ask yourself, what would I love today? What would I love today? Not a new Ferrari or a trip around the world, or maybe, but what would I love to be today? Who would I love to be today? How would I like to make a difference today? And you hold that love in your heart. And when you drift off into, why is that going on? You just simply remind yourself, do I love thinking about this thought? What am I affirming right now? And you take control over the thing that is most precious and most powerful to us as human beings, which is our mind and our imagination. We have this incredible power, and we squander it, thinking about silly nonsense. Stop it. Stop it and think about worthy goals. Think about who you really want to be. Not how she shouldn't be, or he shouldn't do that, or whatever. Or they shouldn't have done this or that. Or it's not fair. Why am I here again? All of those are limiting thoughts that keep you in that realm, in that vibration of the world's doing something to you. No, you're doing something to the world all the time. You have a great opportunity to be the change that I know you all want to see in the world. So you change your thoughts and you change your life. You become a conscious co-creator of the magnificent and the mundane. You want a more healthy body? Think of healthy thoughts. Take healthy action. Another one of the little slogans or mottos is to treat, and move your feet. Meaning, a lot of people say that, us metaphysicians, we do work in consciousness. Well, it doesn't just end on a meditation cushion. You have to hold those thoughts of what it is you truly want to be and have and experience in your heart, and then you have to take action. So what are you doing about your prayers? Or are they just nice, poetic little things that you're working on in your mind? Are you listening to yourself? When you slow down and you listen to that still small voice within you that wants more freedom, that wants to make a difference, that wants deeper, more meaningful friendships. It doesn't come by begging and beseeching some outside deity. It's a message for you. It's saying get up off your butt and do something. If you want more friends, be friendly. If you want more abundance in your life, be generous, give. And I don't just mean money, I mean your time and your energy and your concern. If you want to feel appreciated, appreciate others. It's so simple. We live in a holographic universe that just mirrors back to us what is in our thoughts and what is in our hearts. So what was that quote from Jesus? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So let's go inside and let's activate this awareness. Because, yeah, you can come and listen to me, and you can say a prayer, but we have to take it out into action. Treat, and move your feet. So here's the treatment. And so just listen inside yourself to that guidance that's within you. And it's unique within everyone. So listen to that still small voice within you that's going to give you the specifics on how to go about this in your world. So I simply turn within and remember that I am one with this incredible creative force, this mysterious, ineffable spirit that is breathing me and moving me. And I speak in the first person, and if you align with these words, they're yours too. I am moved deeply by this recognition of my true identity, and I stand up as the presence of love, as the presence of peace and power and understanding. I stand united with all sentient beings, knowing that we are a powerful force for good on this planet, that each one of us is here for our own unique offering to this world. And that offering is primarily our energy. So I know and accept for each of us as I speak the word into the law, as I energetically impress my intention into the law that always says yes. It responds to every word I say. I have complete faith in this. So I speak the word for each of us in this room, that each of us dig deep into who we really are and develop the hearing, develop that inner ear to hear that still, small voice that is always guiding, that is always pushing us forward to who we're becoming. So I know that as we develop the hearing for this internal guidance, that we hear it loud and clear. So we turn within and say, what is it that I would really love to be, to do, to have, to experience? And we listen. Listen right now. Ask yourself, what is seeking to express itself by means of me? Listen. What is my next step forward? Listen. Who am I becoming? Listen. What must I embrace in order to fully step into this new, expanded version of me? What must I develop? What mindsets and heart sets must I develop? What must I take action on in my life? What area of my life is being called to transform so that it can uplift? What do I need to let go of? What's blocking me from truly being me? What do I need to let go of? What little opinions and mindsets are holding me back and staying small. So let us let go right now, just let go. Take a breath. And take a breath of embracing what we need. Deep breath. Breathing in all of the love and the peace and the joy and the understanding and the awareness. And just allowing that activation to take place. Something is happening right now. And it's a shifting of consciousness within ourselves. And each and every cell of our body listens to this. Our body listens to that within us that says yes to life. Yes to life. And in this mind, body, spirit system that we reside in here, this field of energy that we call body, mind, spirit, where we're all connected, not only in our individual bodies, but collectively as humanity. When we all say yes, yes to love, and yes to peace, and yes to understanding, and yes to beauty, we support life, and we evolve this species forward in a mindful, conscious way. So I say thank you to that. Thank you to you. Thank you to Dr. Ernest Holmes for sharing this clear wisdom with us. So just turn within yourself and just thank yourself. Thank life. And please join me in closing with and silence. Thank you. Sometimes in my class I feel like I'm like acknowledging that I really received something from myself. So thank you.
I learned a lot through that. Thank you.
Thank you. If you want to know more, we do have a lot of classes. Greg's got a beautiful offering he's going to be doing tomorrow night, an inquiry into awakening. And that will be from 6:30 till probably 9 or so. 8:30, 6:30 to 8:30, so around there. So join us in the carriage house tomorrow night for that. Introduction to the Science Mind of your workshop next month, if you want more on this. And so we offer a lot, so pay attention. If something is within you saying, take that next step, be brave, go take that class, push yourself out of your comfort zone. Maybe these are a couple of opportunities for you. So it's time for our offering, and if you have a program, you can find this beautiful affirmation, this blessing that you offer in your program. And I want you to remember that you're acknowledging your soul's here. We live in an abundant universe that is always providing for us. And when we acknowledge that, just wait and see how you are always supported and it's magnified and increased. And I'm not talking just about money, it could be increased energy, increased awareness, increased peace, increased creativity. When we acknowledge our source, as God being our source, the absolute source, we set ourselves free to be blessed and prospered abundantly. So please join me with this blessing of the offerings. Joyfully I give with gratitude, for I know that as I give, I am given. I allow the abundant nature of the universe to flow through me now. I am so blessed, and so it is. Thank you.